Hi, this is Megan Chapman, and this is the Tuesday Studio Video Visit. And I am not coming from the studio, but you know that because we've been here before. And you might be seeing some things behind me. And I guess that's what we're going to talk about today. I did start 3 abstract paper pieces, but the paper quality was quite good, and for some reason that made me stop. Even though the paper quality on these is good as well, it's just different. So let's just have a quick look and see what's happening here. Well, okay, let's start from the start. So this piece here was the beginning. This is a face that I drew and just barely colored it in, just colored in the hair and just a little bit on the face. And it is not finished, it does not look finished, but there was something about the quality of it that I really liked, and I was hesitant to go back into it and paint on it. And so, sorry, I had a hair there caught in my mouth. Anyway, so I was hesitant to get back into this. I wanted to leave it as it was. It made me happy. There was something about her expression that I liked, her openness, her emptiness, her unfinishedness that I liked. So then the next morning I woke up and I thought, oh, I know what I can do. And so I did multiples so that I could have fun with her open, wide kind of face. And so then I created this piece here. So you can see her eyes obscured, her mouth is obscured, you know, so she's the same but different, and she keeps altering. I called her as a joke on my personal page. Well, it's not really a joke, but I called her the Dark Days of Lisa Frank. And the Dark Days of Lisa Frank, that's lost on some people because Lisa Frank is a stationery and sticker store or company that was really, I think, started in the very late 70s and was really, really popular in the 80s, in the early 80s when I was a kid. And so I collected Lisa Frank stickers, which were rainbows and unicorns and teddy bears and fluffy hearts and Betty Boop riding a unicorn, and you know, everything was pink and blue and yellow and just rainbows, and it was just over the top, and it was fluffy, like the lines were thick and juicy. It's just, it's strange. It's kind of strange. So, you know, look her up if you want to see. So this is the Dark Days of Lisa Frank because we've got the colors, we've got the sort of, it gives me an 80s kind of vibe. You know, girls just want to have fun, Cyndi Lauper-esque, you know, stuff, you know, the fluffy 80s. So, but I also start with this one. I start doing a bit more drawn work. There's a pencil, there's lines. She's got a little beauty mark there. There's just some wild lines happening as well. This is on that linen textured paper. I always do my portraits on the linen textured paper. So yeah, so then I got to leave that one alone and I got to take it to another level. And then yesterday, I worked on this one, which I really enjoy. And again, these shapes are characteristics of the shapes that you'll find in my work and have found in my work for years and years now. But these shapes could represent a necklace, they could represent a scarf, they could represent the collar on her jacket or whatever. And then also these more lacy, drippy lines that you've seen in more recent work of mine as well. Tick marks that you have seen in my books. So trying to combine all of these things into one piece. I'll even say there's some code words written in here, which I just noticed are quite plainly, you can see those. But that's okay. So those two were really fun to work on, the variety of them. Same face, just taken to different levels. And it's something kind of nice to create these sort of multiples when that's not something I do. So we know that painting portraiture is not something I do. Drawing is not something that I do that much of, but these are much more drawn than painted. They've got like a base coat And then all of these, bright, drawn, marked colors are pastels. So yeah, so quite a bit of fun, quite a bit of variety. I've been listening to ABC and to kind of get that fluff. And then whoa, back behind me we've got another one. Now this is kind of what they look like underneath. She's just getting her sort of base layers. Her mouth may go away, her nose might go away, her eye might go away. I think I am going to keep their hair black, maybe with some elements of color or line. So she's just a base. She could change quite wildly. My problem is that I'm so happy with this one. I don't want to just copy this one into that one. Like it's like the same with everything. How do you take a theme and run with it, but keep it fresh and keep it exciting? And there's all four of them. How do you keep it fresh, inspiring, exciting, and fun to work on? And so today I just give myself credit for starting another one. I may not do any more work on this one today, or I may switch from this and go back to those abstracts that I started. But, I just wanted to have some fun, just like that Cyndi Lauper song says. But, oh, and then another thing, which I wrote about in my blog recently, is I've been sending myself postcards of my work through something you're actually supposed to send postcards to other people, but me being an artist, whatever, I'm sending them to myself. I have managed to send a few out to other people. And this has been sort of a fun way for me to see some of the work that I've created on paper. To see, of course I have the actual piece. This piece is going to a collector. So it's kind of nice that I have this postcard of it. It helps me sort of see it in a different way. This piece as well is going to be going to a collector. You may remember that piece. And then when this face was just starting, I had some fun and desaturated the colors, and I kind of enjoyed it because, see, at the time I was thinking, well, I'm going to lose that. I'm going to keep painting on that. But then I realized, no, I could just play around with it on my phone, and that's what I did. And this one says, I don't love you since you ate my dog, which is a quote that I've loved forever. Well, at least since 1986, I believe. Maybe, yeah, I think it was 86. All that is it's a man is walking through a scene in the film Something Wild with Melanie Griffith and Jeff Daniels. One of my absolute most favorite films. It really influenced me quite a bit. Jonathan Demme is the director. Check it out if you haven't seen it. It's great. I particularly like the first half when Ray Liotta makes the scene. It all switches. He's fantastic in it, but the vibe of the film switches. I particularly like the first half of the film. The music's great as well. Don't miss the Feelies are in it doing David Bowie's Fame. So truly look that up. So a person's wearing a t-shirt in the film. They're not even a character really in the film. And their t-shirt says, I don't love you since you ate my dog. And I've been saying it, and I've been saying it in that weird accent ever since. So I kind of like the juxtaposition of this half face and those words in her hair. This was something I had shared in an Instagram story. And I thought, you know what? I want to remember that. So, and also I wrote myself a note on the back of the card. It says, keep making yourself laugh. It's important. And it sure is, okay? And that's my advice to you all too. Keep making yourself laugh because it is so important. Especially as artists, I think, especially as humans, especially now, and especially with so much collective outrage happening in the world over how COVID was handled by many governments, how so much has been handled by many governments. There's a lot of stress, there's a lot of tension, there's a lot of frustration. Here's an antidote to collective outrage, and I'll share this as a postcard too. I received this lovely watercolor. It's an original watercolor postcard from Stephen Biffnell. Shit. I see his name every day on my Facebook, but then I was worried I might pronounce it wrong because I wasn't planning on mentioning this. But beautiful. And that was just kindness out of his heart. Painting. He's been doing this during this whole thing, sending these beautiful little cards out to people. So thank you again, Stephen. Hope I haven't screwed up your name too much. So yeah, how about you? Why don't you send yourself a postcard? Put some art on a card, send it to a friend, and how about make something different? Have some fun. Keep yourself laughing. And that's a 10-minute, 30-second Tuesday Studio video visit. Ask me some questions in the comments. Help me figure out what the next Tuesday Studio video visit's going to be. I drank some sugar before I got on here just to pep myself up. And here you go. Look at those colors. Color, 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 color. Color is medicine. All right. Hope you are well, happy, and inspired. Hope you're taking super good care of yourself during all of this. And I will see you again next week. Thank you.